Ladies and gentlemen, now today we are going to be having a bit of fun with 4-star Darkhawk. We're going to chat about the abilities and what this character can do, and then we're going to take him into Act 4, the final quest, and see how this lad fares against Maestro. Now, since the crystal opening video, we've taken 4-star Darkhawk up to rank 3, and I've also awakened him. Now, the only fight that I've done is Realm of Legends Winter Soldier, just to get a bit handled, do a bit of testing, get some practice in on this lad. And what I really noticed so far, one of the I think the two big cons about Darkhawk, seemingly, with his rotation and playstyle, seem to be that he needs to be awakened to be a lot more effective. And the second one is not only does he need to be awakened, but with the way that the signature ability scales, he needs the highest signature ability possible. Because it's not like one of those characters, let's say like 5-star Hyperion, for example, is the perfect example. You awaken him, you take him up 20 levels, and he's got like 90% of his awakened ability, maximum potential. And then the other 180 levels, just like a little bit on top. Like Darkhawk's signature ability is kind of spread out all over those 99 levels, so every signature stone counts on the 4-star version of the champion, and I think this could be something that's very, very problematic when it comes to the 5-star version and the 6-star version in the future. So yeah, it's just one of the slightly annoying things about this character, is that the signature ability scaling just seems a little bit not very generous, essentially speaking. So anyway, let's talk about some of Darkhawk's abilities and synergies. Now, he is at base, so even unawakened, immune to both poison and bleed, so very, very useful. Double immunities characters, always very highly sought after for so much content, especially when it comes to Alliance Quest, Alliance War. As a bit of a damage bonus as well, Darkhawk's wing attacks, so these are the mediums, I think the heavy, the special 2, they have 100% armor penetration, so that's like a nice little bonus there for heavy armor opponents. He also has 3 different modes. The shield mode, which is activated on knockdown. So this is mainly when you're fighting Darkhawk. You know, you've probably seen this quite a few times in the monthly event quest. He also has invisibility mode whenever he activates his special 2, and he has null mode when he activates his special 3. So it's basically like shield defensive mode. Invisibility is kind of your power gain / power gimp mode, and special 3, the null mode, is the damage mode. So what the shield mode does is provide additional armor and reduces enemy critical damage by 100%, and also if Darkhawk blocks a contact while in shield mode, he has a 100% chance to inflict shock, which instantly deals energy damage back to the attacker, and also when awakened, shield mode gives him a 100% chance to auto-block enemy attacks, and I believe this triggers parry, but I'm not 100% sure. Again, I need to test this one out a little bit more, but again, this does vary and depend on the signature levels that you have in Darkhawk. And again, when you are below 100%, this is going to be less than 100% chance to proc. So this is a maxed out one in terms of sig ability there. We also have the null space regeneration. So if Darkhawk enters a mode from any different mode, he's going to regenerate. It's pretty much the equivalent to 11% health, which can be boosted slightly more via the regeneration mastery over 2 seconds. So a very nice regeneration there, and there's a good way with an awakened Darkhawk to cycle kind of the special 2 and the special 3 as well to really get kind of good value out of that regeneration there. So character with double immunities regen on his base man, you know, that's very, very valuable there. And so what do we have? We've got the special attack 1 does 3 different things depending on the mode that he's in. If he's in shield mode, it can inflict stun for 3.5 seconds. However, you're not really going to trigger this when you're playing the character, but I wish there was a bit more reliable way to do so without, you know, taking damage, because you need to get knocked down, you need to take a hit to activate shield mode, so I'm not aware of a way that you can trigger this to kind of utilize this insanely long stun on the special 1. But if there was, man, it would be great. That is the longest, I think, guaranteed stun on the special 1. But again, I don't think there's any reliable way to trigger shield mode without like taking a special or heavy attack there. We also have, if Darkhawk is in stealth mode, opponents will generate no power from this attack, and if he's in null mode, the attack is going to inflict shock, which deals a bit of energy damage. With his special 2, again, this is the one to activate the stealth mode for 20 seconds, and while in stealth, Darkhawk passively reduces the opponent's defensive power gain by 70% and gives incoming attacks a 30% chance to miss, and also if he's awakened, this is going to give him up to 60% increased offensive power gain as well. And then finally with the special 3, this will inflict a 30-second heal block, so a very, very long heal block there, and he's going to exit any other mode and enter null mode for 30 seconds. In this mode, he basically gets 100% more attack, and if he's awakened, even more attack, so another 100%, 1,400 attack on his base attack there, so pretty much triples his attack, so really, really good, and also a bit of block penetration there. And then also while in null mode, Darkhawk's basic attacks have a 100% chance to inflict a little bit of shock as well, which deals a very small amount of energy damage, but this is kind of ramped up by his attack increase, and it's alright, man, it's alright. So the null mode is ready for kind of the big attack, as it pretty much triples your damage output and a little bit there, so spamming special 3 is the way to go if you want damage out of this lad. Now, when it comes to synergies, man, Darkhawk has some pretty good synergies, which all kind of buff him very nicely. So the one with Night Thrasher and Moon Knight allows him to start the fight in a random mode, and if it's in the power game one, so the stealth one or null mode, this can be great for getting a huge head start on the fight. So yeah, very, very valuable synergy there. And then the next one, Dark Justice, is really good. So this is a Darkhawk, Venom, Punisher, and Ghost Rider, and this applies to all of the characters. Gives them a 30% increased power rate against villains, which is huge for all 4 of these characters, and if it's a hero character, they gain plus 10% critical rating. So pretty much every matchup, you've got something there, and that's really, really good, man. Either a lot more crit or a lot more power. Very, very powerful synergy there with a lot of high tier characters. And then finally, we've got the Birds of Prey one, which gives 5% crit rating to Darkhawk, Vulture, Falcon, and Hawkeye, and also damaging debuffs of 40% stronger. So I think this affects Darkhawk's shock, but also giving him the 5% crit rate is really, really nice as well. In terms of the base stats, there's nothing that is overly gimped about Darkhawk's base stats. Maybe the crit damage rating is a little bit lower, but the crit rating is nice. It's slightly above average. The block proficiency is slightly above average as well, so there's some very, very good stuff there. So yeah, overall, Darkhawk, double immunities character, regeneration, potential for quite a good bit of damage output. Like, he's a solid character, can do quite a bit. So let's jump into a bit of Act 4 now, the final chapter. I think we've queued up for the right one, and we've kind of built a team full of the characters that activate his synergies. So we got Vulture, Night Thrasher, Starknant, Spider-Man, Venom, so we're getting all the Night Thrasher synergies and a little bit more attack as well. Okay, so let's go into the middle path here, and we have quite a few heroes to fight. So when you're starting a fight, they're like pretty much one mode you don't want to see, to the best of my knowledge, is shield mode. You really do want the null one or the power gain one, but let's see how 330 Darkhawk is performing. You know how he feels, because we usually use 3-star champions on this path, so hopefully he's going to feel substantially better. But unfortunately, we did start that fight in shield mode there, which does kind of suck. So yeah, definitely the worst mode to start any fight in if you're playing Darkhawk. And he is one of those characters, if you start in shield mode, man, or if you don't have that synergy, he's not going to do too much for the start of the fight. You really do need to get to the null mode if you want to start seeing that damage from him. So let's try and get that active right about now. But at this point, man, the fight is already over. There we go, we just KO'd him. Oh, did we KO him? Kind of came back to life there for a second. I don't really know what happened there, but yeah, great times. But that was, again, just not an ideal fight at all, because we did not start in any mode that kind of allowed us to get into the fight and his rotation a little bit quicker. Right, so we got the Science Symbiote, but even without that, man, he still tore through that Hulk nicely. It wasn't bad at all. Okay, so we started in invisibility mode this time, which is great, because we have 60% increased power gain now. So we can build up to that special 3 a little bit faster. Right, let's go for it. Oh, I'm excited to, like, chuck Maestro back against the wall and use that special free. I think that's going to be a really good time. And there we go. You can see the damage just feels so much better, man. Once you've got that that ultimate mode up. We just need to rinse through a few of these fights. Hopefully, the absolute jackpot is starting in null mode. I think the invisibility mode, it's alright, but shield mode is definitely not the one you want to start in. But we started in stealth mode this time, so that's it's pretty good there. Very, very fancy character in terms of his animations. On the iPhone X, he looks so incredibly badass. But I can definitely understand the problem that a lot of players with other devices are having with not being able to, you know, queue into Darkhawk without him crashing. Right, and that's pretty much going to be it, I imagine. Just need to get heavy attack there, go for the flex, why not? Cut him down. The heavy attack's a bit of a weird one on Dark. I think it's one of the animations that I don't really like as much as some other animations, because I like it when character attacks feel very impactful. And if you have a look at Darkhawk's heavy attack, it's just kind of like a little, you know, a little swipe down. But I like the big heavy attacks, man, like Captain America's Infinity War's heavy. That's really good. But actually, we started in quite a good mode for the magic this matchup. As you can see, her power gain has been reduced, and we still got the limbo proc. Oh, mate, that's rubbish. Load of rubbish. Right, let's go for this. And we're going to have the special free damage. We're also going to heal up from this one as well. So that's going to be pretty damn nice. There we go, magic is down. We're just zerging through these fights. I think the Arc Overload Iron Man Infinity War might be a bit more of a matchup for this lad. But let me know in the comment section below if you want to see me take up Darkhawk to rank 5. Because I'm tempted to max this dude out and see how far we can push him in terms of the content. Because I think there's quite a few interesting things he can do. And I'd also love to bring him into stuff like Alliance Quest. I'm also a little bit curious as to how he might perform without some of the synergies, man, because the synergies are very, very nice to have. But Ronan here, even though we started in shield mode, if you remember, we do have the synergy, which is increasing power gain against villains, and Ronan is a villain. So let's have a look at how fast the power goes up. Does it stack with the invisibility one? It's going up pretty fast, man. Not colossally fast, though. Right, let's go for the finish. There we go. That's so weird, man. It's really weird that he kind of KOs them and then kind of brings them back to life just to shoot them down again. Bit of a fun one there. Alright, so we just hit that fast forward on a couple of fights to go to Iron Man here. You know, I thought I'd save you the Symbiote and Gamora fight just because they weren't, you know, terribly interesting, man. Very basic characters. So we're going to fight this Arc Overload Iron Man, and then we're going to skip ahead, probably another Symbiote to Maestro as well. So I think the power... Sorry, not the power, the heal block is going to be so good. But I still have not had one fight where we started in null mode, unfortunately. So that's a bit of a pain in the ass, man. Because null mode is just the mode for getting stuff done. But hopefully now we can ramp him up a little bit. Because we have, yeah, just a much longer fight ahead of us now. Especially with Arc Overload. But that heal block, man, just putting in some great work there. Oh, you can see, just as soon as he entered null mode, man, Iron Man just dropped. He just got absolutely minced there. So yeah, fantastic. And like even Unawakened, he still has the heal block. I'm just I don't know how I feel about Darkhawk Unawakened. I feel like he's gonna be better than, you know, like as a 6-star character, he's still gonna be better than like half the stuff in there. But I think he's just so much more fun to play at his maximum potential when he's fully kitted out. I said we were gonna skip this fight, man, but it looks like we're getting straight in for it. And then we got Maestro after this, so let's fire off that SP3. Should get him to 40%. SP3, it's still got some pretty decent damage, man. It's doing alright here. Almost 6k for a 4-star 330 champion. Some awesome damage. And right after the special free, man, it's just dead. Just dead. Feels like a great time. Okay, let's go for a bit of Maestro here now. Come on, we've made it to this final boss. We can do it. Let's please start in anything but shield mode. Null mode's great because we less special ones. There we go. Stealth mode, we'll take it, man. We'll take it. Not quite the null mode we wanted. But still, that reduced power gain, you know, it's helpful, man. It's helpful. Right, I don't know if this is actually going to work. I want to see if we can, like, get right into Maestro after this. Come on, boys. It's a risky play. Yes, there we go. Perfect. Right, let's fire off the special one. I probably should have done that after the last round of combo. Oh, man. Ugh. Even as a 4-star rank 3 champion, this dude feels nuts, man. This dude feels absolutely nuts. Yeah, very, very fun to play, man. We had a great time in today's video. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, do you want to see some maxed out Darkhawk gameplay? Let me know in the comment section below, and if so, what would you like to see me take on with a 550 Darkhawk, so we can prepare maybe some challenges for a video where we max them out if we're going to go through with that one. But aside from that, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, feel free to smash the like button, would be greatly appreciated. But take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.